Okay, good evening. Welcome to this meeting of Petitions and Representations Board. I'll just go through the preliminaries anyway. Members of the public wishing to listen and watch the meeting may attend in person in the Council Chamber. Live stream is offered. Executive service and the user must accept that there may be an avoided gaps in coverage due to unforeseen technical difficulties. We need a fire escape, do we? So we'll go straight on to page 7. That's update. That's Kyle White, please.
Thank you, Chair. So just to give you an update, so I'm just going to go through the report that's been made. So obviously the purpose is to discuss and outline next steps and respond to the petition requesting traffic calming measures be installed on Dunstable Road. So the recommendations, which I'll give now, and then I'll obviously give you a bit of background, and then it sort of justifies the statements I'm making. So Petitions Recommendations Board is recommended to monitor the speed of vehicles on Dunstable Road between Westbourne Road and Claremont Road, which will involve collecting any evidence available, so this can be submitted to the police to consider enforcement action. So just going on to the background a bit further. So the petition signed by, we've got here is 32 number of residents in the local area, was received in May of this year, asking the council to address the speeding and dangerous driving issue on Dunstable Road. In terms of the report, the first petition meeting for Dunstable Road was held on the 3rd of July 2025 at Town Hall here in the council chambers. Commitment was made to undertake the speed radar survey and collision analysis on Dunstable Road to establish if there is any evidenced issue in relation to the collisions and speeding or dangerous driving on Dunstable Road, and report back to the lead petitioner with findings and any proposals should they be required. So just to clarify also the speed limit on this street. So the speed limit for this street is indeed 20 miles per hour, Monday to Friday during school hours, which then reverts back to 30 miles per hour outside of usual school hours. I've got that information to hand if anyone wants any further information on that. The evidence received by the petitioner suggests that all but one of the vehicles that appear to be speeding were travelling along Dunstable Road during the weekend or very late at night. There was one instance on Wednesday, the 4th of June, from the video evidence that was submitted to us at 6:05 p.m, where it appears a vehicle may have been speeding. However, this is still outside of school hours, and there's no data that confirms what that speeding measurement is. A speed radar survey was carried out on the 25th of July of this year for a period of 7 days, which is standard practice, over a 24-hour period. Now, the results found that the 85th percentile speed, which is, just to clarify, the speed at which 85% of vehicles travelling at or below were travelling on Dunstable Road to be at 24.8 miles per hour, which is in excess of the 20 mile per hour speed limit, but within the tolerance of the 10% plus 2 miles per hour, which is usually applied by the police when they are considering enforcement action. Now, given that given that the evidence that was provided is outside of school hours, it suggests that it's the 30 miles per hour speed limit that should be taken into consideration when trying to judge whether vehicles were speeding or not. Okay? So, from the video evidence received, none of the footage appears to show vehicles speeding during school hours, which we just highlighted. And there is, as I said earlier, no means to verify the speed at which the vehicles shown in those videos were actually travelling at. There was notably a couple of incidents of what appears to be dangerous driving. Any episodes of perceived speeding or dangerous driving from what is believed to be a minority of drivers should be referred to the police for enforcement action. A review of the collision data has been completed with 9 recorded incidents over a 5-year period between March 2020 to March 2025 this year, which showed 2 serious incidents and 2 slight incidents in 2020. 1 serious incident in 2021 and 4 slight incidents between the years 2022 to 2024. Of the 3 serious incidents, 2 of them involved driving without due care and attention, and 1 involved a pedestrian error. Each of these 3 serious incidents and 4 slight incidents was attributed to driver or pedestrian error. So, the proposal therefore is to continue to monitor driver behaviour as per the recommendation on Dunstable Road between Westbourne Road and Claremont Road, and report any potential speeding or driving incidents, dangerous driving incidents, to the police for enforcement. This matter will be kept under review. Thank you.
Thank you, and I must apologise for a matter of the record on the agenda. Are there any apologies for absence? Just for the record.
Yes, Chair, they've been received on behalf of Councillors Simmons, Councillor Moore and Councillor Steer.
Okay, thank you for that. The minutes of the 3rd of July, am I okay to sign those? Section 106 Local Government Finance Act, any declarations?
Madam Chair.
And before any member speaks, any disclosure of interest? Okay. Any questions to the officer? Irina.
Hi, good evening. Your report is quite clear. I have a question regarding, to monitor between the Dunstable Road to Westbourne Road and the Claremont Road. There are 2 more roads are here, Selborne Road and Conway Road, and another side it's Medina Road. Are we looking after to judge their speed as well? Because as far as a ward councillor, I know that Conway Road is very congested. Both sides are, it's a one-way road, but still we have to look with connect with the Westbourne Road, So is that on your plan to look at the speed limit on that roads as well?
Apologies, I didn't really understand the question. I couldn't hear it very well, sorry. I think, are you asking whether we're going to monitor and review the speeding issues along from what we're perceiving from the video evidence? So the answer is yes, we will certainly continue to monitor the speeding, and any evidence we would ask that any evidence, because this matters to us as an authority, any evidence that can be collected, we would like that to obviously continue to be sent in. What I'm planning to do going forward is to arrange another speed radar survey in due course. That date is yet to be determined, but it must avoid school holidays.
My question is that, are we monitoring the speed limit between only the Dunstable Road, Westbourne Road and Claremont Road, or in between the roads in those road as well?
So typically, with regards to this review, it will be focused between those 2 roads on Dunstable Road. Apologies for not understanding the question earlier. That's where we will focus our efforts on keeping a close eye on the speeding. But it should highlight if there is speeding anywhere else along Dunstable Road.
As far as I know, being a ward councillor, I know Conway Road is very congested. It's linked with the Dunstable Road and Westbourne Road. And the Selborne Road is also linked with the Dunstable Road on the Lee Grave Road as well. And if you can see that, it's linked with the Conway and Westbourne again. So it's linked, these 2-3 roads are we, if we are assessing the speed limit, if we can have a look on those roads as well, because they are very congested.
I'd just like to say that that's a separate issue, because we're only dealing with a
Yeah.
petition that came in as regards speeding between Westbourne Road and Claremont Road. If you've got any other issues in your ward where speed, then please bring them up next time. But it's only relevant that we got what we've
Okay,
got
that's
in front
fine,
of us.
that's fine.
But if there are problems in your ward of speeding, then
Chair,
br-
just,
bring,
I just
bring
said,
them forward.
just,
We can't deal with them tonight.
no, I just said these roads are connected with these 3 roads.
Yeah.
So if we are monitoring, are we between, because it's,
Yeah.
say, it been between the Dunstable Road and Selborne Road,
Yeah.
Westbourne Road, so they are connected in between, that's why
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah, but the petition refers only to Westbourne Road and Claremont Road for petitioners. Okay.
Oh, that's correct.
Any further questions? Councillor Marshall.
It's more of a comment, really. I mean, it's a societal problem, as I think we're all aware. What relations do we have with the police in terms of their ability to enforce? Because I know they were out in Stopsley, quite a few of them, middle of last week. Is there any coordinated action that you can liaise with our colleagues in the police force to do?
Thank you, Councillor. A very good question. So we are building even stronger working relationships with the police in partnership working. We have a close working relationship already, but we're strengthening that further. And obviously, my main role, because there's some speeding on other areas as well, is to try to get them to help us as much as possible, try to stamp out these speeding issues or dangerous driving issues across Luton. So we are on that case, trying to work with them to try to encourage them, incentivise them to come out and spend more time with us out on the patch to try to look at being a deterrent, so they see a police presence, not just people paying lip service to it. And then obviously we can then try to get some key dates out of them, which is what we're trying to push for at the moment. So we're trying to speak to the Chief Constable of the police to try to encourage more officers to be available. Obviously, where our difficulties are is in the 20-mile-an-hour streets, because they're meant to be self-enforcing. So the fact that this is still a 30-mile-an-hour street during most of the time, except for basically school drop-off in the morning and collection in the afternoon, it sort of maybe in some cases strengthens our case to try to help them to help us to take that enforcement action. So this is some of the comments I've been passing to them while we're trying to obviously combat this problem. So thank you for your question.
Thank you. Just one follow-up, if I might, Chair. Do the Speed Watch volunteer groups still operate across the town? Are you aware?
Speed monitoring groups?
No, so there used to be a group of volunteers I got involved in a couple of years back called Speed Watch, and they would go out and assist the police, through the police, in terms of doing monitoring of saw them in Sunder Park quite a few times. They don't have any enforcement powers, but what they're able to do is pass the details on to the police. The police then send a letter out to the vehicle owner. Are they still working?
I can only say at this time I've not been contacted by them, so it suggests that they may not be active at this time.
Okay.
But it's worth a question.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions or comments?
Chair, I have a question. Are they monitoring only the speed, only the school hours or other hours as well? Because there are 2 schools are on Dunstable Road.
Yeah, I think the schools, there is a Safety Around Schools project which has been ongoing for many, many years. And the appropriate, if I'm right, the appropriate speed reduction is in place around those schools. Am I right?
So that's correct, Chair. The speed reduction is in place around the school to try to obviously improve safety, so that stopping distances are improved should an event happen, an unfavourable event happen where someone's trying to cross the road in the wrong places. Or even at the right place if a person driving the car doesn't see that person till the last second. So if we slow the vehicles down, which is what we're trying to do with that 20 mile an hour, we'll get a better result, hopefully, in terms of keeping everybody as safe as possible on the network.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
you see the railings outside of schools to stop kids running straight out of the gate and straight onto the road. But they are monitored, and I think all schools are in place with Safety Around Schools project now. I know the schools that I've been a member of. Other questions or comments? Accept the report? Yes. Okay, thank you very much. That's the end of the meeting. Thank you very much for your attendance.